Hello, all. This is Jim Carey. This is not an emergency. You should not be concerned, but confusion is more than welcome. Jim is not real. Jim is only a brief interruption of your perceived reality. The intended purpose of this performance you are about to witness is to leave you in a state of altered perception. As you return to reality, this altered vision you've experienced may bring you joy, happiness, or above all, gratitude. Jim wishes you the best on your journey and appreciation for you and appreciates you for sharing a moment of distraction together.
How are you feeling?
Well,
How long have you been here?
about 3 months, May 17th.
And what brought you here?
That's difficult to answer.
Could you give me some idea?
Offhand, I can't.
Whose idea was it that you come here?
A psychiatrist.
And what happened that ended up with your being here in the hospital?
The psychiatrist decided that this was the situation for me.
Did he tell you why?
No, the psychiatrist did not.
Has anybody told you why?
No.
Have you any idea why?
Yes.
And what is that?
I'm not completely like other people.
What do you mean by that?
People dislike me because I am not completely like them.
And in what way are you different?
I am trying to do with my life something which few people try to do. And this influences my thinking and consequently my actions.
What is it you're trying to do with your life?
Play the piano for people.
I'm not clear. How is it that playing the piano for people has eventually resulted in your being here in the hospital?
I sit differently when I play the piano, and when I'm away from the piano I occasionally look differently from other people, and this has caused dislike from people.
They dislike you because you sit differently at the piano?
Yes,
What way do you sit at the piano that people would dislike you?
I cannot describe an illustration of how I sit.
And I can't imagine it, that it would make people angry at you or at least dislike you. How do you know they dislike you?
My father does, and doctors do, because of the way I appear in relationship to the way I sit at the piano and occasionally stand when I am away from the piano because of the way I sit at the piano.
How do you stand when you're away from the piano that they dislike you?
I can't describe an illustration.
Does it feel to you any different from the way other people stand?
Yes, it feels different.
In what way?
This is becoming too involved to describe.
doesn't matter that you can't see me now, this is about listening.
Musicians and musically trained people are surprisingly different from those of non-musicians.
We're on our way to join Captain Kidd. We're on our way to join Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd. We're on our way to join Captain Kidd. We're on our way to join Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd. We're on our way to join Captain Kidd. We're on our way to join Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd. We're on our way to join Captain Kidd. We're on our way to join Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd. Captain Kidd. When I mentioned Captain Kidd, we'd be greeted with open arms.
That one is Robert Culliford, and just as bloodthirsty a pirate as Captain Kidd.
Why are you a prisoner here?
These pirates never need reasons for what they do.
That's the tale they tell about Captain Kidd.
If any of them's the worst of the lot, it's Kidd. What manner of man is this Kidd? I can think of better ways to pass the time than talking of him, but that's what you'd like. I can recall the time the adventure galley overtook a merchant ship with a great mogul in the Indian Sea. Kidd knew she was a rich prize and called for the queen to surrender. When the captain refused, Kidd opened fire. The Eastern Queen was the princess, daughter of the great mogul. The princess was worth a king's ransom. Kidd brought the adventure galley alongside the merchant so we could board her and take the prize. The fight didn't last long. Kidd took the princess a prize of war because he knew of the rich ransom she'd bring from the great mogul. And when the adventure galley was clear with all the spoil, Kidd fired a broadside into the Eastern Queen and sent her down to Davy's Johannesburg. The princess at last came into the hands of Culliford.
Pirate! Don't get me started on pirate!
Didn't you hear who that was? It's Thomas Stew, the pirate. Yes, he has an unsavory reputation. But this may be a stroke of luck, Richard. He might lead us to Captain Kidd. All the tales I've heard, Stew and Kidd are deadly enemies.
I sailed with Kidd. I know the pirate.
Tell us about him, sailor man.
I recollect the day he landed was in one of the colonies. He and his thieving crew were foraging for supplies. Not like honest seamen, willing to buy. They were out to steal and pillage. No difference whose farmhouse they came to. The pirates were there to rob them of their food. This time, word of Kidd thieving got to the governor's ears. And soldiers were sent out to put an end to the marauding pirates. Marching right up in the open, there's no way to catch a treacherous one than Kidd. It's not only at sea that Kidd flaunts all authority. He carries his piracy far and wide on land wherever he goes. Kidd and his pirates finished off that troop of redcoats. They bragged about it long and loud when they got back to the adventure galley. Are you sure all this happened? Did I tell you I sailed with Kidd? That wasn't the first raid he made, nor will it be the last.
That's enough stories for one night, sailor man.
Are you still itching to get to Kidd?
Didn't you hear who that was? It's Thomas Stew, the pirate. Yes, he has an unsavory reputation. But this may be a stroke of luck, Richard. He might lead us to Captain Kidd. All the tales I've heard, Stew and Kidd are deadly enemies.
I sailed with Kidd. I know the pirate.
Tell us about him, sailor man.
I recollect the day he landed was in one of the colonies. He and his thieving crew were foraging for supplies. Not like honest seamen, willing to buy. They were out to steal and pillage. No difference whose farmhouse they came to. The pirates were there to rob them.
The most dangerous liability in our world today is being yourself. Embody, yes. And think about it, if you are being yourself, someone might actually find out who you really are. They might actually see you. You might actually find out who you are. People might make fun of you. They might reject you. They might actually accept you too, which is probably worse. So why I am a huge fan of weirdness is it's my dogmatic belief it always leads us to who we really are. Not who we think we are, not even who we want to be, but something far more significant. It leads us to who we actually are, if we're willing to follow the central path of our weirdness. So on paper, like, weird, not apologizing for it, sounds kind of good. So why do we complicate ourselves from expressing our unapologetically weird selves? Why do we do it? Embody, yes. Another of my opinions is the most pervasive disease in our world today is being normal. It infects a lot of people. It infects 90% of people. The other 10% are also affected, but they don't know it. Carriers. We trick ourselves. We think we're inspired because of what they do or what they have. But I think that's just a delusion. I think
We're really inspired by them being willing to risk it.
So why I am a huge fan of weirdness is it's my dogmatic belief it always leads us to who we really are. Not who we think we are, not even who we want to be, but something far more significant. It leads us to who we actually are, if we're willing to follow the central path of our weirdness. So on paper, like, being weird and not apologizing for it sounds kind of good. So why do we complicate ourselves from expressing our unapologetically weird selves? Why do we do it? What do you have to do to get someone's approval? You have to please them. What do you have to do to please a person? Be yourself? Typically act like them. When someone acts like you, especially if you mirror to them the things about themselves they like, that's how they get approval. We're talking about approval, not acceptance. When we learn to read people and we become what someone else wants us to be, whether we're acting like them or we just read what's going to meet this person's need, and then we become that. Being our authentic self isn't really part of that equation. We get this sense of approval and therefore we trick ourselves into thinking of validation when we're being what other people want us to be. But here we are when we're being ourselves. We might go unrecognized, therefore we don't get approval. We feel kind of disappointed. Maybe a little bit of abandonment. And sometimes even worse, we'll actually get disapproval or actually feel invalidated when we are being so. So would you be willing to look at what's most weird about you? And again, if you don't see it, look deeper. It's there to be discovered. And when you look at what's most weird about you, please consider that what you're really looking at is the real you. Then the real question is, are you willing to risk saying yes to being you? To being you. 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 To being
Yes, indeed. Both Dan and Sue look like the kind of people you'd like to know, don't they? Of course, right now they're dressed for their Friday dates. But don't you have the feeling that they're always well-groomed?
Yes, and that's no accident. For Dan and Sue, the question, how do I look, depends on good grooming habits. Health, posture, cleanliness, and neatness, plus a daily routine of little finishing touches.
So here's part of your big question, how do I look? Are my clothes neat and clean? Whether you do your own or achieve it by cooperative efforts, keep your clothes looking neat and clean.
And cleanliness and neatness apply to you as well as to your clothes. So after a cleansing, relaxing bath, that's a good daily habit, Sue has a regular routine. And plan time too for the finishing touches, doing your nails, brushing your hair, and so on. Sue avoids red nail polish since it would call attention to her stubby hands. And now for at least 8 hours of sleep. Good health is a rule, for health is one of the foundations of your appearance.
Oh boy, at the mirror again.
Oh boy, at the mirror again.
Oh boy, at the mirror again. Oh boy, at the mirror again.
What to wear? whether it has something to do with your choice of clothes. But Don also thinks of other things. Most of his clothes are clean and pressed, so he's not as limited in selection. Don is putting one more finishing touch to his appearance. A well-matched outfit of clothes. Holy look.
Good enough in that outfit.
And know another little habit of cleanliness and neatness. Dirt under your fingernails must be cleaned every day, and it's better in private. Now for a cleansing morning shower.
Meanwhile, Sue gives thought to the day.
Fellas like to see girls dressed up, but in general only for a special occasion.
Yes, choose clothes that are suitable to your needs and situation. But remember that any clothes look better with good posture.
And here's something else for your appearance. Eat a hearty, balanced breakfast. There's nothing like wholesome food to help keep you in good health.
And that means a clearer complexion, shining eyes, glossy hair.
In short, that means a better appearance.
Neatness is one of the fundamentals of grooming.
Neatness is one of the fundamentals of grooming.
Neatness is one of the fundamentals of grooming. Neatness is one of the fundamentals of grooming.
So, for each individual, the finishing touches of appearance may be his or hers alone, suited to individual needs, actions, ideas.
After breakfast, Sue goes back to her room for some finishing touches. Her makeup.
And be careful when it comes to lipstick.
Yes. Choose a shade that goes with your own coloring and sets off your clothes to advantage. Then, easy does it. And finally, a last-minute once-over in the mirror. Make sure your hemline is even. Don't let your slip show.
Cultivate such habits as cleanliness and neatness, so you'll be well groomed.
For all through the day, others are looking at you. Your mirror tells you what others see. How do you look? How does he look?
How does Dawn look?
Health, posture, cleanliness, neatness. These grooming habits form the basis of a good appearance and a well-planned outfit of clothes, well cared for hands and nails, light touches of makeup, a becoming hairdo.
Sir, you look smooth. Well, thank you, sir. Looks mighty elegant yourself.
And this is where Don and Sue go out for a pleasant evening. Their good grooming habits help them in friendships and in business. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look. For your success determines a great deal on how you look.
You should be starting to feel a little bit anxious. You should be starting to feel a little bit anxious.
We are contagious. Specifically, as humans, we are constantly sending and decoding body language signals. We also do this emotionally and chemically. This means that our emotions are contagious, our fear is contagious, our confidence is contagious. We catch emotions. If our emotions are contagious, how do we make sure that we're infecting people with the right ones? How do we infect confidence verbally?
Can you verbally trigger dopamine?
Dr. John Medita found that dopamine, when it's triggered in verbal conversation, makes a mental post-it note. In other words, when you ask someone else to think of what's exciting in their life, the happy side effect is that you become more memorable. I think this is the greatest gift we can give our fellow human beings. We are asking them to flip into optimism. We're triggering dopamine and excitement and getting them off autopilot. Dr. Paul Ekman has studied something called the microexpression. It's a universal facial expression, and he's discovered there are 7 of them. Across genders and races, we all make the same expression when we feel an intense emotion. What's interesting about facial expressions is they cause our emotions. So not only do our emotions cause our face, but our face also causes our emotions. It's called the facial feedback hypothesis. So we see someone with this face, we catch their emotion, and then we are ready to fight, flee, or yell for help. Luckily, this also works with positive emotions. So the real happiness microexpression is when the smile reaches all the way up to these upper crow's feet muscles, those upper cheek muscles. So what's interesting about this facial expression is it causes our own happiness. And we also catch it when we see it. How do we infect confidence verbally? Can you verbally trigger dopamine? Dr. John Medita found that dopamine, when it's triggered in verbal conversation, makes a mental post-it note. In other words, when you ask someone else to think of what's exciting in their life, the happy side effect is that you become more memorable. I think this is the greatest gift we can give our fellow human beings. We are asking them to flip into optimism. We're triggering dopamine and excitement and getting them off autopilot. excitement are very similar emotions. The only difference is mindset. Anxiety and excitement are very similar emotions. The only difference is mindset. We wanted to know if people could
Hear
happiness, sadness,
or anger.
We can hear this
Difference.
We can hear this microexpression. We had participants in our lab listen to these recordings and rate that person on likability. Here's what happened. After we asked people,
I do like this person a lot.
I like this person a little, or I do not like this person, we found that the happiness microexpressions across all trials for both men and women, they became more likable. Whereas the same person who made an anger or sadness microexpression were less likable.
This is the happy side effect
Of having your confidence be contagious. Not only do you infect someone else with
that happiness.
you also become
More likable.
Anxiety and excitement are very similar emotions. The only difference is mindset. Anxiety and excitement are very similar emotions. The only difference is mindset. My challenge for you today is to think about how you want to infect people. When you want to harness incitement or trigger excitement, ask dopamine-worthy conversation starters. Use more hand gestures, make authentic smiles, and never pick up the phone I want to make you really infectious. Yell out, I'm excited.
I used to be a guy who was experiencing the world, and now I feel like the world and the universe experiencing a God.
When the curtain goes down at the end of the drama, the hero and the villain step out hand in hand, and the audience applaud both. Because they know that the hero role and the villain role are only masks.
As an actor, you play characters, and then if you go deep enough into those characters, you realize that your own character is pretty thin to begin with. You know? And then you suddenly have this separation, and who's Jim Carrey? Oh, he doesn't exist. At a certain point, I realized, hey, wait a second, you know, if it's so easy to lose Jim Carrey, who the hell is Jim Carrey? There's just a relative manifestation of consciousness appearing, and then somebody gave him a bunch of ideas, to give him a name and a religion and a nationality, and he clustered those together into something that's supposed to be a personality. and it doesn't actually exist. None of that stuff, if you drill down, is real. And so you see behind the stage too is the green room, where after the play is over and before it begins, the masks are taken off. Dressing happens, doing hair happens, interviewing happens, and it happens without me, without the idea. You know, it's really, you know, the fact that we're already complete, and it's just realizing that we're complete. Once you realize you're complete, then this life and everything in it becomes a play of fun, something to toy with and play with and make something good out of. That's what's happening right now inside everybody, is they're going, who am I? And they're depressed. You know, a lot of people, because they're trying to hold up an image in the world. And that's what depression is. People go like, oh, Jim's been depressed. So, well, yeah, I was depressed when I was trying to be the Wizard of Oz instead of the story guy behind the curtain. Now I know that Oz is here. You know, everybody walks around me going, why am I depressed? Well, it's because you're trying to be something for the world. You know, and as soon as you let that go, better things happen because it just happened. And there's been a series of kind of awakenings I've had in my life, and you know, people chalk it up to depression and all that stuff. I think that, you know, grief and sadness and all those things are the ticket home. Nothing. I think that was part of the process. There's been several other awakenings, and yet still I have a lot of attachments that hold my attention. I think, you know, the right marriage with the right character and the right guys going through something is essential.
So that behind the scenes, that is to say, in reality, under the surface, you are all the actors, marvelously skilled in playing many parts, and in getting lost in the mazes of your own minds and the entanglements of your own heads, as if this were the most urgent thing going. But behind the scenes, in the green room, you always have a very tiny sneaking suspicion that you might not be the you that you think you are.